If ab exercises hurt your back, you're not alone. A lot of exercises that work the abs do hurt the back, especially the crunch, and there's other exercises. Anytime that you are curling your lower spine, you're probably going to end up with back pain. So I've got some exercises here that shouldn't hurt your back. Just use correct form. Start with a light weight and work yourself up. So the first exercise is actually a hamstring exercise. It's called a hamstring floor slide. But surprisingly, it works the lower abs really, really well. It's super intense, and you may even just start with just a couple reps. I mean, most I can usually do is about 12. And just good on a slippery floor. I just go on my wood floor, and then I just put on my socks. So that's a really great exercise to work your lower abs. The other exercise you may not have heard of is called the farmer's walk. You get a kettlebell, just one, or it doesn't need to be a kettlebell. It could just be a weight. And what you want is you want a very heavy weight. So you might want to start with something like a 20-pound weight, and or maybe just start with a 15-pound weight, depending on how much you weigh. And you want to have your shoulder back and down, and you want to do a slow walk. You don't want to rush through it, and you don't want to lean or teeter to one side. You want to be you want your shoulders aligned. You want you to elongate, make your waist taller, so you're working your core. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to walk in a straight line, and don't rush it. So this is controlled. A lot of people do this and they just want to hurry it along. So you just want to put one arm out for balance, pull that shoulder back that has the weight. I like to actually put it a little bit behind my leg and externally rotate it, just to make sure my shoulder's in a very safe position. So you can do those. I used to do these at the gym before COVID, and I would go all the way to the end and all the way back, and I would do, how many sets would I do? I'm trying to remember. I would do like three to five, and then do 3 sets of those. So those are fantastic for working those obliques, which are the side abdominals. Another exercise that you can do are knee lifts. These are very simple, and the trick is, if you have low back pain, is don't go more than 90 degrees. So 90 degrees is about here. So I'm not just working my core, I am working balance, I'm working stability, I'm working this ankle, and this, your core, that's what's keeping you stable. So just try it. You can either hold it or you can pulse that up and down. So that's an excellent exercise to work the low back. If you're worried about falling, just have a chair nearby that you can grab onto. Another exercise that's excellent is a side plank. So you want to get down on a carpet, a soft surface, a couple yoga mats. I like putting down 2 of them, because, and I would say start on your elbow. So you would start with an elbow plank, elbow side plank, and bring your knees pretty close. Make sure your wrist and your elbow are in line with your shoulder. And then you lift your hip. Yep, you're working your obliques. And then put the top leg in front and the bottom leg right underneath. Keep that hip up. And from here, you can hold it. You can do lifts. And if you're comfortable, you can put one foot on top of the other. You can also take it to the next level, putting the arm up. And if you want to challenge yourself further, lift that leg up. So more advanced than that is you would go on your hand instead of your elbow. And from here, you would just extend those legs, and then you hold it from here. Again, next step, next level. Next, try to still balance. Don't rush this, go slow, controlled, and if you want, there you go. That's crazy. And down. All right. Another exercise that works the obliques is the kettlebell windmill. So you can use a kettlebell or a dumbbell. I actually prefer to use a dumbbell because it's easier, but I'll show you with both. So there's a couple ways to do this. One is, so I'm going to go into a side lunge from yoga. I'm going to lean down. So the easier way, you can either do this and use this up and down. Some people also like to bend the knee, and you're putting that, going all the way up and extending down. So the more advanced, bring that foot in just a little bit. Bring the kettlebell up. Now this is a 7-pound kettlebell, and for this exercise, this is plenty. So I'm going to take this hand and I'm going to go right down the front of my leg. I'm making sure I'm not going forward, going straight to the side. I'm looking up, holding it for a second, and then I'm using my obliques to pull myself right back up. And I'll show you with a dumbbell. So this is a 5-pound dumbbell. Now when you first do these, don't use any weight at all, just so you can see how it feels. Okay, bring that up like a hammer curl, up, and then you want that right by the bicep, right by your ear. You want to look up at that dumbbell, slide that hand down the leg. I'm turning the dumbbell, and then I'm bringing it back up to that neutral position. So when I go down, I'm rotating it, and then so rotate, and then neutral. Bring that right back down. What you can also do is a half Turkish get up. And from here, it also works, those obliques, is you would put your hand to the side, shoulder back, and put the arm up. And then from here, actually extend that top leg, shoulder back, get that hand where it feels safe. You're pushing through the palm, and you're just going to go up with a lift. Down and up, and then you rotate again. So when I work with people who don't have strong obliques or shoulders, what I do is I grab their forearm nice and firm, and I help them, like when they're here, I help them push the arm closer to their ear, and then I help lift them up. A lot of people, they don't have the shoulder straight, and their arm gets bent, and they're over here or here. You really want that bicep right by your ear, and you have to look at your hand the whole time. And now that would be correct form, and then you bring that down just like you would do a shoulder press. And the last exercise that won't hurt your back is oblique repeater knees. So I'm going to go wide stance, and I'm going to rotate this foot about 45 degrees out this way. From here, I'm going to again put that arm up by my bicep, and I'm going to lean. I'm going to push that hip out, and I'm going to use my obliques and my balance, and I'm going to pull that knee up. Takes a lot of balance. So what you might want to do, grab a plant, grab a palm tree, and that way you don't have to focus. But you can focus more on your obliques instead of balance. That's totally okay. So here and down. So don't rush it. It's not this. And notice my arm and my hand is not, I don't want it this way. I want it to the side. So side, obviously it's not going to be straight over here, but more like a 45 degrees. Not here, This is here, not here, that would be crazy. So I like to start with like 8 and then other side. So start with 1 set of 8, and then when you get stronger, eventually do 3 sets. Let me know if you have any questions. And key to getting those abs flat though is not exercise, it's diet. So make sure you're eating very clean food. Try not to eat any processed food. Alcohol is just terrible for a flat belly. So watch those calories, calorie reduction, eating healthy food is where it's at. And for this strong, toned look is what you're looking for. That's where the exercises come in. At the end of any ab workout, what you do want to do is work your lower back. I have a low back workout right here, so check that out. I'll see you soon.